All right, welcome back to the last episode of this Tech and Talks Coffee Chat series. My name is Martin from Rectorio. I'm here today with Rolf, who you should probably know by now. Otherwise, feel free to review our last episodes that we did together. And today we have one, I think, very interesting and just a very relevant topic right now, which is future trends and global challenges in pharma. And I guess you could assume in what direction this is going to go today. So, Rolf, the next decade, I think, will separate the disruptors from the disrupted. So, what would you say? What global forces are reshaping pharma right now, and how should specifically leaders prepare to stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah, Martin, this is a very complex question. Yeah, so there are so many, let's say, macroeconomic challenges so on its way at the moment. But let me focus on two key drivers. So a part of all the technological developments, and so since we're still in the post-COVID era, we should not underestimate. That so this was a significant game changer for the pharmaceutical industry. So pharma sales reps so have been disclosed from physician offices and so on and so on. So there was a kind of a leapfrog type of development, so of implementing now digital solutions, AI solutions, all these kinds of things, so including automation embedded in a broader multi-channel type of environment. So and this is still on. And this is still continuing. And then I would say, besides the macroeconomic things, so what we see right now, this is also what happens in the US. We should not underestimate the US is by far the largest pharma market. Most of the pharmacos are generating more than 50% of their revenues, so out of the US, and even more when it comes to profitability. And what we see right now, this Trumpification, so this Trump administration, so there are a lot of things so that he has on his radar. So talking about tariffs, so talking about more or less the IRA Act that he wants to, and that he's aiming to cut costs. So in the US, this might have a huge impact so on the global pharma organizations. And then finally, given more or less that pharma has saved costs already in supply chain, in industrial operations and R&D, there might occur a high pressure on the global, let's say, commercial models, so of the big pharma organizations. So, and this means more or less there is a significant increasing pressure also of implementing even more things like automation, digital, and AI.
That's really insightful. So I guess you could say there's a lot of external pressure at the moment, right?
Yeah. There is a lot of external pressure. It's coming from manifold angles. So everybody's talking primarily about Trump. But what I said before, it's coming from many angles.
The only constant in life is change. So you need to be able to adapt, and this just asks for more adaptability in the end of the day. So what would you say? How should specifically pharma leaders now prepare for a world where trade tensions like renewed tariffs under the Trump presidency reshape global supply chains? You just mentioned that shortly as well, and it also reshapes the access to essential medicine. So how should a pharma leader prepare for something like this?
Yeah, this is a very tricky, complex question. Let me cut it into three pieces. So I think the question is what is going on in the big markets or the big regions. So we covered already quickly the US. So with the Trump administration. So if I look into China, so the question occurs also. There was great hope. So for, let's say, increasing growth and value coming from the Chinese markets, but it turned out that the Chinese market is turning from a value market more into a kind of volume market. So then we have also the European situation, and the European situation is looking from a political perspective on the 27 member states in Europe. It looks like that politicians are looking or perceiving the pharma market more from an access and an affordability lens, where they're saying, so what we need is more or less early access in all 27 member states, but then also serving with affordable drugs. So, and this means that the innovation agenda is not that high on the radar as it should be here in Europe. Now, and the more we're getting under pressure in the US, so based on the reasons and the environment that we discussed already, the more Europe has to take care of themselves.
What would you say? I guess challenges also always bring certain opportunities with them. So maybe as a last point to that, what would you say could be also an opportunity that comes out of something like this?
Yeah, I think the opportunity is so what I just covered. So as an issue for Europe, for example, I think worst case is that the whole pharma model, will become a scale type of model, because only the largest pharma companies can afford then the R&D cost and the associated cost along the value chain. But I think so the opportunity is for Europe, for example, so helping themselves, being more innovative, so creating an environment that is more innovative for innovation drugs, and the more we do that, so the more we have also a better environment and also for the commercial resources that we are discussing here in that coffee chat.
Yeah. Well, Rolf, thanks so much for sharing once again. It was a pleasure speaking with you over the course of 6 episodes about various topics. At least for me, it was very, very insightful. So thank you so much for that. And speak to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks to you, Martin, for the good questions. I enjoyed it, and all the best.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.